and what to send her. And I told her the 5 houses thing.
Yeah, so I can appreciate that you'd like for me to send you properties, and absolutely I can. Yet, would you like to see everything on the market with full transparency, or just the few that I send your way?
Okay.
Write that down.
So, yeah. And I've had that dialogue with her, but then I woke up today to 4 emails of her sending me a bunch of houses.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much for sending me these. I can't wait to review them with you during our consultation. Were you able to meet with me today at 4, 6, or tomorrow at 3?
Got it.
Always acknowledge, hey, thank you so much for sending me these. I'm going to organize them and we'll review them during our consultation today or tomorrow.
You want to acknowledge what they're doing, not ignore, and use it as gasoline on the fire to meet with you. Like, get excited about the fact that they're sending you property.
Yeah, because otherwise they're sending it to someone else.
Right.
Okay.
Tony's not interested. He's just interested in just meeting me. I don't want to meet. I just want to see properties. Versus, why the hell is this guy getting so excited about me sending him properties that he hasn't shown me anything? Let me go see what the hell he's talking about.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
When somebody throws you the, yeah, but I want to do this, give them the feel, felt, found objection. Okay? I understand that you feel that I should be sending you properties and we should just go out there and take a look at them first. Most of the buyers that I've worked with before that successfully found their home with their dreams felt just like that. And what you're going to find is that after we have our 5-point buyer plan of action, a lot of things that are kind of unclear are going to become crystal clear. And we're going to separate the noise and the distractions from what's absolutely important. You want us to focus on what's absolutely important, don't you? Let's set that appointment so I can share with you exactly what we do to help buyers just like you. So the feel, felt, found is a psychological mind F, right? And what it basically does is it takes them and it shakes them for a second. And it says, I'm going to take you in a time machine, okay? I'm going to take you in a time machine because you feel this way right now, okay? Fast forward, and now you felt like this. You don't feel like this now. And then you found out later on that feeling like this was actually not going to help you in the right direction. And I'm here to fix that for you. So now you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to get back in the time machine, reverse back to today, and get it right. You want to get it right? Of course you do. And getting it right is setting the appointment. Okay?
So in this example, you now know that this particular buyer has been in the market for a period of time. They've been looking at houses for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. They've been using a certain realtor or realtors, or they've been searching Zillow for a period of time and not been inside any homes. All of the scenarios are the exact same. And you then want to ask, if there was a better way, would you be interested? I mean, what has your experience been like? Oh my God, we've been inside homes and we've been outbid, and hear their pain, hear their experiences, have them share 2 or 3, and listen to their tonality and say, I hear this all the time. This market is brutal. And yet, may I share with so many buyers like you? May I share with so many home buyers like you? May I share with folks like you experience going through our system? May I share our system and how we help buyers in today's market? And why would they say no? They just shared how frustrated they are. Kind of like saying, hey, you have a hurt throat. Well, what remedies do you have? Well, you could do this. Well, you could do this. Well, you could do this. You want to hear remedies. You want to hear alternatives. So when you let them vent about their experience, so you've been in the market for 4 months, you've been looking at homes, and what has the result been? And they're going to say, just give it to me. Tony, give me a result of what they told you they've been doing in the market.
They said that they put in 2 offers, but that they fell through for whatever reason because of the mortgage contingency.
Yeah, so you've been in the market looking at homes, writing offers, and just getting blown out of the water. What do you feel you have to do differently to change that result?
Maybe work a different system.
Maybe. May I introduce you to our system? You see, the first step is you knowing exactly what a home will cost you, out of pocket and monthly payment. I mean, completely clarity of what the down payment options are and what your closing costs will be, down to the dollar. Second, so you know exactly what it will cost you in your monthly payment, principal, interest, taxes, insurance, mortgage insurance, flood insurance, and HOA. Now, I was curious, did you know each of those numbers when writing your offer? Yeah, I didn't think so. And now imagine that you can negotiate, once we know this, you can negotiate with confidence, and we can write more aggressive offers because your experience has been frustrating, hasn't it? Yeah. So I don't mind. I blocked out about an hour to an hour and a half where I can pour into you, and we could look at everything on the market by every realtor and formulate a custom plan for you. Would today be too soon, or would tomorrow be more convenient? What part of town do you live? And wherever they say, you can say, I got an office right down the street from you. I could meet you at the Miami Shores office. I could meet you at the Pembroke Pines office. I could meet you at the Fort Lauderdale office. I could meet you in Plantation. I could meet you in Kendall. You tell me. We'll sit down comfortably, safely, masks on, and we'll look at our huge big screen TV together. We won't have to cuddle around a computer, and professionally look at every home for sale by every single real estate agent. And we'll discuss the pros and cons of everything and formulate a custom plan for you so you don't have to go through this frustration ever again. Fair enough?
That's really.
Is 3 or 4 layers deep. So you might ask somebody, hey, so if you sold this home, where would you go next? And they will say, oh, we're not in a rush. Okay, that's a deflect, right? That's not a real answer. So now you have to ask it in a different way. Oh, that's great. It sounds like you have some flexibility. Now, do you currently own your home, or are you renting? Oh, we're renting. Fantastic. And do you have to give your landlord notice, or are you a month to month? Because it sounds like you have the flexibility to stay here if it takes longer to find a home, correct? Oh yeah, we got time. Fantastic. And when is your lease up? And you see how I keep asking questions to try to get to the time frame, right? And then once I get to the time frame, well, let me ask you, you're deciding to buy instead of rent. How long have you been a tenant? If you don't mind me asking. 10 years. Wow. And now is the time, what a great time to buy. Rates are low. But let me ask you, what propelled you to want to buy now from just renting? Because, at the end of the day, let's be honest, there's work that is involved in being a homeowner. So tell me more about what's moving you to want to buy. Well, we're just tired of paying rent. Oh, I completely understand. And if you don't mind me asking, how much are you paying in rent? Oh, we're paying $1,500 a month. Great. And do you know how much $1,500 a month will get you in a house? Oh no, we're just looking for something under 300,000. Well, if we can get you in front of a mortgage person who can match up a price to what your monthly payment is right now, wouldn't you at least want to know to see if it's even comparable to what you're looking? Because at the end of the day, if you can own a house versus rent it and it's equal or better, it would be a no-brainer to move forward, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Why don't we do this? I'm going to set up a three-way call. You see, at this point, Anna, there's no sense in me setting up an appointment for them because it's too premature. I have to set up that call with Tony. They think they have a ton of time, yet they have no idea how much your monthly payment is, and they have this ego about them where they think, oh, I've got time, so that means I can just waste realtors' time and look at a ton of property.
Ralph, and this is a 2-minute call.
Yeah,
That's all. That's all I want you guys to see is that's a 2-minute call. It's not even about the appointment. I don't get. I get it, and this is a beautiful opportunity that we have. That's why I asked. Just give me something.
You're running out of great questions to ask. You have to make it about them, and you have to understand that before you go for the kill. Hey, will you go home with me tonight? You have to find out a little bit more about what they're looking for in a partner. Okay, you have to dig for that why. What's important about where they're moving to? You can't just show up and say, what are you drinking? Great, I'll have one too. Let's go home. It's not going to work. I mean, it might work 1 out of 1,000 times. Okay, but we want to have a high closing ratio, right? Right, Lee?
Yep.
We want to have a high closing ratio. So we have to kind of dig and understand that they're supposed to deflect. Their wall's way high. They're supposed to not let you in their little bubble because they feel like if they let you in, you're going to sell them. And who wants to be sold? Nobody. We get sold every single day. So nobody wants to be sold.
Awesome. You already have a realtor. May I ask, how long have you been working with the realtor? Just role play with me, Anna.
1 month.
Been working with them for a month. Outstanding. As a real estate agent, I'm always curious of how motivated folks like you find agents to work with. So I was curious. How did you happen to find the agent that you are currently working with?
Through Zillow.
Awesome. So you were calling on Zillow and located this agent.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I appreciate you staying on the phone with me. I know that this was just an odd call in. And how much time would you take before you would consider interviewing another agent to help you find the right home?
Well, I want to find my house in 2 months.
Great. So you're looking to find the home in 2 months, yet how much time would you take before you would consider interviewing another agent and learning their system for finding the right home?
Well, this guy has been sending me property, so I would feel bad.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And no one wants to take food out of anybody's mouth. Yet, Anna, if there was a better way in today's market to find the right home, would you be interested?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I have some time tomorrow to do a virtual consultation. Would you spare 30 minutes to hear exactly what we do differently?
Yeah.
Well, how exciting. Now that we've scheduled the time, Anna, may I ask, what is it that you're looking for? And now I'm going to go into LP Mama, which is a 2-minute call.
Do I know for sure that I can help them if they already
You can't close without motivation. And what I mean by motivation is their why. Not when they're moving, not that they have time and they don't have to move right away. Their why. So if you've got an ability to get somebody to stay on the phone with you, yet the conversation's really not going anywhere, it's up to you to ask better questions, to ask the right questions, and to role play this with other people on the team as well as in our one-on-ones. So that way, when you have somebody in the call and you've done your job by keeping them on longer than 2 minutes, in those 2 minutes or more, you should identify whether or not where you want to put this person. Is this somebody I want to continue to follow up with? Is this someone I need a little more information on, so I'm going to follow up with them again to ask them again? Or did I gather enough to know that this is someone I do not want to work with? Or did I gather enough to know that this is someone that I'm going to do a long-term follow-up with? So when you get them on the phone, it's up to you. It's your responsibility to ask better questions on their why, and then make a determination, make a diagnosis. You're like a doctor. You're like a real estate doctor, and you're making a diagnosis. Somebody comes in and says, hey, I want brain surgery because I have a headache. You say, great, come into the office. When can you get together? Or you can say, well, if you don't mind me asking, I have a few questions for you to see if I can even help. Okay? And then you start to dig and then find out their why. And if there's enough in that why, then you essentially make them ready, Natalia. They're never going to be ready. You're never going to get somebody to call and say, hey, I'm ready to come into the office and do a consultation. That's never going to happen. But you make them ready by creating enough doubt after finding out their why, and then giving them enough enthusiasm to want to come in the office to find out what the solution is to the problem that they now have come to realize they have. Does that make sense? Or did I just kind of go too